You may have heard that the real estate market was absolutely nuts in 2021. But how was it here in North Brunswick? Well, I'm excited to report that we've got the numbers, and I think you're going to be pretty impressed with what you hear, and I can't wait to share it with you. This is Monday Mornings with Mark. Hi, I'm your host, Mark J. Schmidt of RE/MAX Country and MoveMeMark.com, where I help you get the most out of the real estate market and your home. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel on YouTube and make sure you like us on Facebook so you don't miss out. So New Jersey Realtors just came out with the year-end numbers for 2021. And what they do is they show what the real estate market did, first of all, across the state. You can pick any town you want and we can get you numbers for it. But I wanted to focus on North Brunswick. North Brunswick is a great town. It's right pretty much in the middle of the state. And what this data does is it shows us what the market was doing for single-family homes, for condos and townhouses, and in the adult section, so 55 and older communities. And it actually shows what we did for the entire year, and it shows what the market did year over year. So what happened at the end of 2020 compared to the end of 2021. So listen to these numbers. They are absolutely shocking. So first off, as far as single-family homes go, new listings, we had 278 new listings last year in North Brunswick. Now compare that to the previous year where we had 342. That is a change of negative 18.7%. There were 18.7% fewer homes on the market in 2021 than there were in 2020. Now, closed sales. How many homes actually sold? Well, in 2020, we ended the year with 249 closed sales. In 2021, 262. That's a change of plus 5.2%. 5.2% more homes closed in 2021 than in 2020. Now think about that. We had 18.7% fewer homes on the market, but we had 5.2% more homes actually close. So if you look at the data like that, what it basically means is that more homes were selling. Sometimes, we have homes that don't sell maybe because they're overpriced, maybe the sellers changed their minds, whatever. But we had more homes sell with fewer homes on the market. It's crazy. Now, here's the interesting thing. Days on market. How long did it take for those homes to go from being listed to being fully under contract? Well, that number went down dramatically. In 2020, the average days on market was 56 days on market. And through the end of December 2021, it was down to 37. That's a reduction of 33.9%. So we had fewer days on market and more homes sold. Now, moving on, our median sales price. So what is the median sales price? The median, so you know how you have you can average numbers or whatever. Anyway, median is where if you just laid out all the numbers that you have, the one that would be in the middle, that's the median sales price. So by the end of December 2020, the median sales price was $410,000 in North Brunswick. By the end of 2021, the median sales price was $485,000. That is a change of 18.3%. That's huge. Those numbers are absolutely, they're shocking. I said it before and I'll say it again. And finally, the percent of list price received. So what that is, you look at what the home was actually listed for and compare it to what it actually sold for. By the end of 2020, by the end of December 2020, the average percent of list price received was 99.6%. And by the end of December 2021, it was 102.8%. So people obviously are selling their homes for above asking price, and that's a positive 3.2% change. Now that's in the single family category. In townhouse and condos, numbers were a little bit different. So we had 158 condos and townhomes that were listed by the end of December 2020. That number went up 4.4% to 165 homes that were listed. Now, of those that actually sold, the numbers actually went down a little bit. So by the end of 2020, there were 143 condos and townhomes that had sold, and end of 2021, that number was only 138. So we saw 3.5% fewer homes sell in the condo and townhouse category. Again, though, as far as days on market goes, had a huge reduction there. We went from 62 days on market in 2020 to only 35. That's a reduction of 43.5% for your days on market. And the percent of list price received did go up a little bit. Didn't go up a lot. It went up 3.6%. In 2020, it was $235,000, and we went up to $243,500 at the end of 2021. Once again, the percent of list price received went from 97.8% up to 101.1%. So you can see that the homeowners are selling their homes, getting a little more over asking price, and the market is still brisk. Now, one thing that has come up is what is going to happen to the market now that the Federal Reserve has promised to raise interest rates. Interest rates are already starting to creep up, and in fact, lending guidelines have changed so that now if you're looking to buy a second home, whether it's going to be a vacation home, a beach home, whatever it's going to be, what we call a shore home here, if you're looking to buy a second home, the interest rate on that home is going to be higher now due to the changes to lending guidelines that the government has put out. So that's something to keep in mind. How is it going to affect the market? Well, I don't think it's going to affect it too much. I know there are a lot of people who are waiting for a big crash. I don't see a crash coming. We still have a tremendous amount of demand. I recently put a home on the market here in North Brunswick. We put it on the market on a Wednesday. By Sunday, we had 76 showings on the home. We had 16 offers, and my clients are delighted. So this was a home that was in the upper 600s as well. There is strong demand still out there. There's not as much supply as there should be. So if you're thinking about making a move, now is the time to consider it. Now, there's lots of other factors you have to take into consideration when you're planning on making a move, especially in a market like this. It's very easy to sell your home here. It's not as easy to get the maximum price. You have to make sure that you've got the right plan in order to extract the most money from the buyers. But with that being said, depending on where your next stop is going to be, whether you're going to be trying to stay in the state of New Jersey, whether you're looking to move out of state. I helped a number of people move to places like Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and even Tennessee. So depending on where you're looking to go, it could be easier or a little more challenging to find your next place. But if you're thinking of making a move, if you're thinking of trying to take advantage of these incredible statistics that we've been experiencing, and we probably should be still experiencing as the year continues, I encourage you, go to my website, www.MoveMeMark.com. You can pick up my home selling guide there, which has got over 90 things you can do to get your home ready to sell. And I'll tell you, my clients have really loved it because it's given them the ability to get their home ready to sell. They don't have to wonder about, should I do this or that? And most importantly, the buyers come in and they are wowed. And that's what you want. You want to get those buyers excited because when people are excited, when they're enthusiastic, they take action. And when they're not, they don't. So you want to make sure your home is in good shape. Now, listen, if you have any other questions about selling your home or buying a home in this market, remember I told you about my selling guide? Well, I've got plenty of great stuff on my website. Head to www.MoveMeMark.com and you can find answers to most of your questions and other great videos right there. Thanks so much for watching. If you missed our last episode, I've got it right here for you. And here's another episode that YouTube thinks you should watch. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that circle and subscribe so you don't miss out. And I'll see you next time for more Monday Mornings with Mark. You have a great week.